the Integrated Divine Tapestry, KJV Preservation and the Salvation Timeline. 1. The KJV as the preserved key. At the foundation of this hypothesis is the conviction that the King James Version, 1611, is not merely another translation, but the divinely preserved vessel of hyperdimensional truth. It is the decoder ring for prophecy. Unlike modern translations that dilute meaning through textual corruption, the KJV preserves the numerical, linguistic, and prophetic patterns encoded into Scripture by the author himself. This preservation allows us to see the tapestry woven through time: prophecy, numerology, astronomy, and history, converging with statistical precision that defies random chance. As Chuck Missler often suggested, these alignments form a signature of design, a fingerprint of the divine mind, which makes the probability of random chance effectively zero. Number 2, the divine calendar versus man's calendar. The 360-day prophetic calendar is central to the tapestry. From Genesis to Revelation, the biblical timeline operates on this divine cycle, not Caesar's solar calendar. Divine calendar, 360 days, perfect, prophetic, integrated with the stars and feasts. Gregorian calendar, 365.25 days, man-made, full of leap years and adjustments, tied to imperial power rather than revelation. The shift from the divine clock to the man-made clock, combined with phantom centuries fabricated in the Middle Ages, obscured the true eschatological sequence. To keep it consistent, we would set the left-hand BC progression like this. Creation Adam, c. 4000 BC. Constellation of Orion as the mighty man, standing as a witness of the promise. Noah's flood, c. 2348 BC. Constellation of Aquarius, water poured out, symbolic of judgment and cleansing. Abrahamic covenant, c. 2000 BC. Constellation of Sagittarius, archer, promise pointed forward. Exodus law, c. 1500 BC. Constellation of Gemini, Moses plus Aaron, the two witnesses lawbearers. Davidic kingdom, c. 1000 BC. Constellation of Leo, the lion, pointing forward to Christ. Prophets and exile, c. 600 to 400 BC. Constellation of Pisces, two fish bound, representing Israel scattered but awaiting redemption. Birth of Christ, 0 AD. Virgo, the virgin giving birth to Messiah. 33 AD. By the 360-day calendar, Daniel's 70 weeks prophecy lands with precision on the crucifixion of Christ. This exactness, aligning 483 prophetic years with Christ's arrival, proves the divine calibration of time. The Gregorian system would obscure this, but the prophetic clock reveals the divine fingerprint. This manipulation fulfills Christ's words in Matthew 24:22, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. B. The first rapture, 40 AD. 7 years after the atonement, thus a prophetic week, comes the first rapture. Hidden by the Roman timeline and buried beneath manipulated history, this explains the silence of mainstream accounts. Yet, hints survive in Roman historian references to sudden disappearances and in apocryphal writings. Shash C. The Millennial Kingdom, 70 AD, 1070 AD. The destruction of the temple, 70 AD, begins the literal 1,000-year reign of Christ. Rev. 20, verse 4. By 1070 AD, the little season of Satan's release, Rev. 27 to 10, commences. But here lies the deception. Phantom time theory inserts Pasha 297 years into history, 614 to 911 AD, making the millennium appear incomplete. Thus, modern eyes, bound by Gregorian chronology, look for a future kingdom, while in reality, it already unfolded. D. The second rapture, 1070 AD. With the end of the millennium, the saints are gathered and Satan is released. What follows is not a delayed eschatology, but the post-millennial deception in which hidden powers rewrote time itself. 4. The witness of the stars. The stars, too, testify. Ancient constellations, the gospel and the stars, narrate the same story. Virgo, Leo, from the virgin birth to the Lion of Judah's triumph. Scorpio, crushed by Ophiuchus, Christ's victory over the serpent. The celestial intervals, cosmic interval, mirror the gap prophecies of Daniel and Revelation. This stellar testimony is not pagan myth, but a pre-Adamic revelation, preserved in the heavens for all nations. Romans 10:18 confirms this. Their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. Thus, the stars bear witness to the atonement, the rapture, the kingdom, and the deception. The great deception and beyond. The timeline's concealment is not accidental. It is a deliberate cosmic deception engineered by calendar manipulation, calendar change, phantom time theory, institutional suppression, Smithsonian Institute, book burning, secret societies guarding forbidden knowledge, Project Sunstreak, geological resets, mud flood, mud volcanoes, the false changing of the Sabbath. The KJV, divinely preserved, stands as the last unbroken link to this tapestry. By its language, numbers, and alignment with the heavens, it unveils what manipulation has sought to erase. The integrated divine tapestry shows us that the KJV Bible is the preserved decoder key. The 360-day lunar calendar is God's prophetic clock. The phantom time plus Gregorian deception concealed the real timeline. The atonement, 33 AD, rapture, 40 AD, millennial kingdom, 70-1070 AD, and Satan's release, post-1070 AD, form the true sequence. The stars themselves bear witness, from Virgo to Leo, from creation to consummation. The tapestry is mathematically impossible by chance, statistically zero, and thus must be authored by God himself. What remains is the call to awaken, to reject the manipulated timeline, to cling to the preserved word, KJV, and to see that the heavens declare what institutions conceal. This will complete the stellar arc of the atonement, rapture, kingdom, deception, end, judgment within the gospel in the stars. Hash the stars as witness, from atonement to judgment. Number 1, the atonement, 33 AD. Virgo, virgin birth. Libra, the price paid. The stars show the promised seed and the perfect atoning sacrifice. Mark 2, the rapture, 40 AD. Bootes, the coming shepherd with a sickle. Corona borealis, the crown. The stars show the shepherd gathering his flock, crowned with glory. 3, the millennial kingdom, 70-1070 AD. Leo, the lion of Judah. Hydra, serpent crushed. The stars show the lion reigning and the serpent bound beneath his feet. 4, the deception, post-1070 AD. Ophiuchus wrestling serpents. The serpent is loosed, briefly deceiving the nations. Rever 20 or 7-10. This marks the little season at the end of the 1,000 years. Number 5, the end of the season. Pegasus, the winged horse, anciently tied to the deliverer who comes swiftly. This echoes Revelation 19, verse 11. Christ returns on a white horse to end the rebellion. Cetus, the sea monster, a cosmic symbol of the beast from the sea. Its final destruction mirrors Satan's last uprising being crushed by fire from heaven. Witness, the stars show the deliverer descending and the monster from the deep destroyed, the end of Satan's little season. Number 6, the great white throne judgment. Cygnus, the swan, northern cross, often depicted as a great bird of blazing whiteness, flying along the Milky Way, symbolizing purity and finality. Its brightest star, Deneb, means the judge or Lord to come. Liharp, celestial imagery of divine judgment accompanied by the heavenly court, tying to Daniel 7 and Revelation 20. Corona australis, southern crown, a second inverted crown, symbol of judgment and recompense, distinct from Corona borealis, the victor's crown. Witness, the heavens proclaim the great white throne, the judge enthroned in light, Cygnus, verdicts pronounced in harmony, Lyra, and crowns of recompense distributed, Corona australis. The full celestial gospel timeline. 1, atonement, Virgo plus Libra, the virgin and the scales. 2, rapture, Bootes plus Corona borealis, the shepherd with the sickle and the crown. 3, kingdom, Leo plus Hydra, the lion ruling over the bound serpent. 4, deception, Ophiuchus serpents, the serpent loosed, resisted but deceiving. 5, end of the season, Pegasus Cetus, the rider comes, the beast destroyed. 6, great white throne judgment, Cygnus plus Lyra plus Corona australis, the judge, the court, and the final crowns. This progression shows that the heavens declare not only creation, but redemption, reign, rebellion, and judgment. The constellations, aligned with prophetic scripture, reveal the whole story from Genesis 3:15 to Revelation 20.